What's going on, everybody? It is Jury from Premier Gaming, and I am joined by Devil Heroes. Getting this thing ready. We're about to start the co-op clash. This is week 2. Yikes and Jordy pretty much dominated last week, and we are hoping that after a little bit of gameplay, some other people will be able to come in and give them a serious challenge. How have you been, Devil? Devil, are you there?
Hello, can you hear me, Jerry?
There he is.
Alright, yeah, so, I know, Yikes and Jordy have been practicing a lot. I got a couple of games in with Jordy as well. I'm hoping that we can, see some of the competition you brought in you actually brought in that last game. Because you were able to take a game and you only played in one of the 4 games, last week, and you placed first, right? So,
Yeah.
maybe we're taking some of the competition away by having you cast here.
Well, I have been playing the game a lot, but you have too. I've kind of been keeping up with you, and I talk to you a lot anyway. But your videos on YouTube have been pretty pointed towards Chess Rush recently. Anyway, you've got a tier list out, or you had one originally, and then I think you updated it. So I mean, you've been on top of this pretty much since the day it launched. Where are you seeing it going?
I'm really excited about Chess Rush. I've been playing the auto browser genre since like February when it first came out. But this is the graphics are beautiful. And like the reason we're here today is for the co-op mode, right? Like this is such a great part that Chess Rush brought to us. Like I think it's exciting to watch. You know, like. Sure, you can't necessarily play it all the time because it's a little hard. You can at higher elos, it's a little easier to play because like people understand, to watch their partner's board. But you have to play with your friends even more. Like I'm really excited for Chess Rush, and like you mentioned before, I do have the tier list that I'll be working on every patch and stuff, so you guys can get a good understanding of the meta. I'm excited for where this game is leading, and it's by Tencent, so we should have support for a while.
Yeah, something I was pretty excited about just in talking to the guys at Tencent, guys and girls. They're very interested in building this up. They're offering a lot of support to streamers and casters and obviously tournament organizers. They're really interested in making this a competitive game and kind of pushing it toward the esport mentality. I mean, they want casual players because no game's going to work without casual players. But I really think this type of game is built for this. Obviously everyone else does too. Multiple people jumping in on the different versions of it, but like you said, when Tencent's leading the ship, I mean, they're not big on losing. I mean, they've put out a fantastic product, and I'm really excited to see where this one ends up.
Yeah, for sure. We're gonna have some good games tonight.
Yeah, we're waiting on one person to hop online, so we may be just a few minutes. So if you're watching, just get ready. It should be fun. We're gonna do if you watched it last week, we had a best of 3. This will be similar to that. The scoring system, though, I think it worked really well on a basic level. There was a very key point, and that is you should get points for winning matches beyond just your health score. So what we've done, when the match ends, obviously the winning team, will gain in points whatever remaining health their 2 members have. In addition to that, the number 1 team will get 50 points, the number 2 team will get 25 points, and the number 3 team will get 10 points. So there are multiple ways to win. You could really just take second place in all of them and manage to win out on points. You can kind of go about it a couple of different ways. Obviously, you don't want to not win, but you don't. Just because you don't win doesn't mean you don't have a chance.
Yeah, Chess Rush isn't a zero sum game, right? Right. Even when you're playing in ranked, you don't actually have to win every single game. So a little unfair. Be like super strict about. It also builds a little bit more of a story because it was exciting to watch the games last week, but towards the end we kind of knew that like Yikes and Jordy like had it like already won, before the last game. So this hopefully will, make the games a little closer, add a little bit extra strategy, you know, because like just in ranked, like there's very good strategies where like, if you're not rolling too well, you can spend all your gold earlier than you would if you're trying to win because like you don't think you're gonna win the game, but you want to secure second place, So like this should add additional strategy stuff. Excited.
And I have, you mentioned this last week, and I'd kind of noticed it just in playing for myself. But I've kind of branched out a little bit. Originally, I was just running 6 riders and whatever,
Mm-hmm.
mainly warlocks because I have a lot of luck with warlocks. But I branched out a bit right before the stream, started trying Punishers out, which is what allowed me to win that one match. I think that was my second time using Punishers riders, but I mean it's incredibly strong. But I've kind of stepped back a little bit, been using druids, which are incredibly effective at certain stages of the game. Cyborgs, I don't have a lot of faith in. I've I've won with cyborgs, but you have to get a very specific on rolls to do that. Is there
Yeah.
anything that you see beyond? I mean, everybody understands that riders are powerful, but is there anything that is as dominant as riders to support? Like the human buff is great. Obviously, the warlock buff is great. Is there anything that you think compares to the rider buff?
Well, I really wish I had like a great answer. Like, so Punishers is like a decent, answer to it. Technically you can beat them without getting riders, but unfortunately the meta is it's really dominated by these riders. But what you're able to kind of do is because all these people are building riders now, like you still unfortunately you still have to work with the evil a little bit. Like you can't just like turn down the riders, but not focusing on all 6 riders and stuff, and only going for 4, and then like being able to pick up like really extra strong units like the warlock buffs, the undead buffs, and then like possibly like a small elf bonus because you're not stuck into that 6 rider thing. You're not stuck into the 6 slots of the riders. So, I'm not giving you like exactly the answer you wanted, but because of this rider meta where everyone's buying them, like I really suggest now you're not going for 6 riders every game. You're mixing it up. You're adding in like 3 sorcerers and 4 humans. And to be honest, like that comp I just said, like 4 riders, 3 sorcerers, 4 humans, and then you can also still squeeze in a warlock buff there too. That will beat 6 riders like basically every time. So like the 6 rider meta we're like all like upset about, which I frankly tends they some of the mods have told me that they're like they plan on like I don't have dates on this, but they are fixing riders relatively soon. But you don't have to be so focused on like always getting that dragoon or and stuff. Like there's a lot of there's a lot of ways you can still win. Without pursuing all six of them.
Alright, so it looks like we're about to be ready to go. Just getting everything buttoned up. They should start. They said they were going to start in exactly 1 minute. So that'll give us time to kind of transition over. But if you have questions about the game, I understand that it is a new game generally. There's a lot that people want to know. I mean, ask. I mean, hop in chat. Devil Heroes is streaming it maybe not every night of the week, but pretty darn close. So, I mean, if you have questions, I mean, between the two of us, we could probably answer anything you might have.
Yeah, for sure. I'm definitely going to be trying streaming it more, but yeah, I haven't been too much on my game week, so real life stuff. But I'm gonna be diving in hard in the next week. But like you mentioned before, I'm really trying to get the education out there with the YouTube and stuff, tier list, and then I'm gonna do an item guide because a lot of people don't quite understand where you're supposed to put all your items. If you're stack stuff, look for that as well.
Yeah, it surprises me how many people just spread everything around. But the reality is, if you get something maxed out on somebody, you're way better off.
Yeah, just about. I'll give a little sneak peek. It doesn't hurt, right? But like every item except the armor item should be put on, like a single piece. The armor item, it turns out, is just like 4 pieces just bad. So it doesn't matter if you get, 4 armor items. So it actually helps to put each armor on your tank. But the other ones need to pretty much be on very specific characters. And because if you're not putting your items on the characters, even if you're running that crazy 6 rider comp, someone can beat you with just hunters because they put all their swords and stuff on that. Because that'll just beat your whole. So there's quite a bit of strategy going.
All right, we should be able to hop in now. Well, I thought soon.
We're getting there.
Oh, the music. There we go. Music was out of hand there for a second. Devil? Did I lose you?
Nope, I'm right here.
Oh,
I was typing you a message actually.
I was just making sure I was bouncing between. A couple of different things. It's so weird that you get login rewards at night. I wonder what the home. I wonder what the home time zone is.
Yeah, right. It is. Well, the weird. I guess it does say that it refreshes daily at 20 hours. So that is just what they decide, perhaps.
There we go. We're in. Go ahead and transition into game. It looks like we're kind of in the middle of setup for round one. I'm really curious on the Yikes Jordy setup because they have been playing a lot. They start out, I mean, really round one, round two, first couple rounds, you don't really get any kind of defining information.
Okay.
I do see a lot of people grabbing Miss Supersonic. Now, of all the cyborgs, she is the best.
So loading in. He's pretty pop.
Devil, you're cutting out just a bit.
Make sure you also. Premiere.
Alright, cutting out pretty bad. I do see we've got a little bit of a game plan going on Jordy. He's got two riders. You got two riders on Yikes. But even then, you still can't really see what they're building. And really get a real clear idea of what they're gonna go.
Is you can
Not sure if we lost Devil or not. Either way.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Hear me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Alright, maybe we're good.
You have Jordan.
Still not.
Interville. What we got going on?
Alright, Jordy, we got the two. We got two Warlock, two Beast. It's pretty set on those two riders. We got a very similar setup on Yikes. And they're using it to complement each other, which is definitely a solid game plan. And down at the bottom, we got two Engineer, three Cyborg, and three Warriors, which is not really my go-to as far as buffs. I mean, the early armor is nice, but I don't know that it's that big of a deal breaker to not have it. we are... Get ready to move in. Got a little druid action on Nate. Or Richard, rather. It's not surviving too well early, but he can build really, really fast. So it's all going to depend on how he builds, really over the next few, we'll say the next 5 turns. And with Nate and May on top, they were third, and over the course of 1 turn they bounced all the way to top. Jordy and Yike still looking strong. But this is just further proof that riders are not the only way to go. Hopefully that fixed what you guys were experiencing. Let's see if that makes a difference. Worst case, I may just need to just hop back on and restart it. Let me know if it looks like it smooths out. That should have made a pretty big difference. Just made a couple of changes. Yeah, I'm sure it was Discord. Let me know. Well, worst case scenario, I'll just have to restart the stream. I think that should have cleared it up. Looks like it did. Apologies, guys. So, anyway, back to the match. 2 riders, 3 Punisher, 4 riders, 3 Punishers. He's going straight rider Punisher, and I cannot be upset about that. He's got a pretty nice setup for round 9. He's going into a similar design. Got some dragons on the other side. They're not making that much of a difference, and these riders, the 4 riders, are just absolutely crushing it. In early levels, you get a lot of sustain. In late levels, they can't sustain as well, which is why the Warlock buff is a huge, huge deal for these guys. You grab someone like Misfortune, or, well, if you're doing Rider Punisher, you can take the Demon Warlock and then Misfortune. You'll end up, if you have the Undead Rider, you've got the Undead buff, you've got the Rider buff, you got the Warlock buff, and Punisher Demon, and it makes a tremendous difference. Nate's partner Maybelline has just the level 2 Devourer, but at level 2, that's really when he starts to really dump out the damage. I mean, all he has to do is just mana up, he transforms, and he's got a pretty strong ranged attack. I mean, you kind of have to shut him down early. See, Jordy and Yikes. We got 2 riders, 2 beasts. He's got the druid and goblin. We do see him make a switch to get that additional warlock. Let's see what kind of difference that makes for him. And Frost Lotus, I don't know if anyone noticed, but she got a pretty hard nerf a few days ago. She's still very good, just not as ridiculous as she once was. Yeah, and as you can see, that Rider Punisher thing is really crushing it for Nate. Down to the bottom, Dark and Keek. They are definitely, they've got the beginnings of some riders. With his teammate, he's got the 4 rider bonus, 1 demon and undead. But I feel like for Cyborg Engineer, that kind of strategy, you pretty much have to have all cyborgs in order for that to work. So he's kind of limiting himself unless he's willing to just go all out. And hopefully he'll grab the legendaries early, because that's when you start to see that make a difference in the mid to late game, when you start adding those legendaries. Meanwhile, let's take a look at what Chrono's doing, because he's definitely making some moves. 4 riders. He's got the elf bonus, which is pretty substantial. There we go. So he's got, a lot of people don't, if you don't look at it, you wouldn't notice, but Evergreen is considered an elf. He's got the Hunter, the Force Breath, and Everbloom. I don't see the big push for Everbloom, simply because she doesn't really do a lot of damage. She does spawn some little flower guys, which is nice, and they are level 2, or whatever level she is the level that they are. So as she levels up, they become stronger. They are immune to control effects, so might seem pretty basic, but Lord of War and any other slows or silences, they are immune to those. And Keek bringing the pain on both screens. See what we've got going on here, and it's the same basic idea. You got 2 demons, 4 riders, and 4 riders, if you don't know, is where you get the level 2. It's 45% chance to get 185 armor and 65% magic resistance for ally riders, which is huge. The Punisher thing, that takes a little more time to explain, but just trust me when I say it's very, very good. Richard kind of has everything backed in a corner, looks like to protect his dragons. It seems to be going pretty well. And yeah, I think Richard is going to take this one. But if you haven't yet noticed, the pattern is riders, riders, riders. Devil made a point a few minutes ago that, I mean, Tencent, it has been acknowledged that riders currently are just a little too strong. So edits will likely be made, I would imagine, soon. But really, it's not out of control. 6 riders are not the best plan of action, because there are just too many other better options to go with, the 2 or 4 rider bonus. Really no reason to get the 6. I would like to see them maybe buff some of the PvE troops, because when it says a basic monster with no abilities, they're not kidding. That's exactly what they are. You know, when you're the #1 guy and you've got 50 items just hanging out, it's a little cocky. Looks like May has gone with the 300 bonus. Increases attack damage of all ally hunters, which is that's pretty strong. I don't know if it's enough to compete with the Punisher bonus that you get from, that's 40%. But it's all in the team build. Unfortunately, that one did not work out for her, and Chrono gets the win. Jordy and Yikes struggling. That was really not my expectation. And you know, as I say that, they move up, but you gotta get rid of those engineer cyborgs. Dark's got the right idea, but it looks like maybe his actual comp came together a little too late. He's got 38 energy and 22 health. At a certain point, you've got to spend that. I mean, you're getting too low, and with the troops that the other guys have, I mean, you could easily take that much health in one match. And Richard coming in hard on Nate. And Jordy goes down. It was a lot of damage. Dark surprisingly survives. He's at 43 mana. Is he gonna spend it? So I'm curious. Yikes, low on health. He's got a pretty strong setup. He could easily, with the 4 druid bonus, get the majority of his troops to level 3 and just dominate. Long term, he's probably not going to be able to. Oh yeah, that is true. He's not getting much, but they do provide bonuses at least. So hopefully that'll help him maintain. Yeah, he's on a streak right now. Keek does take a hit, doesn't go down. Actually didn't take very much damage. So that was a blessing in disguise for Keek. She's getting some level ups. But you've gotta really focus on getting some stronger units. I mean, level 1, level 1, level 1. I don't mean, let's just say like 1 and 2 mana units. You've really got to get to the next level, get to the next step, and get some 3 mana units, get those leveled up. So Yikes, coming hard at Keek. This might be the end because she's going down fast. It's a lot of 3 stars from Yikes. Question is, will she have enough health? She does not. That's one down from Yikes. And a 4-win streak. Richard sitting pretty up top. 7 units, 49 mana. Gonna get 12 before he has to face an opponent. It's gonna put him at 61. That'll be enough for him to level up easily and still have a ton of money to dump into his units. I mean, this could be a turning point. Yikes is really gonna have to make some moves. I mean, his leveling up has slowed down. And he just does not have a lot of health to play with. May gets the legendary Oceanborn and grabs it just because it's a legendary. I've personally not seen Baby Crushed, King of the Sea, do very much. So I'm curious, maybe I'm just missing something. Maybe it's a different team comp. May taking on Dark, and it was close for a while. That Hog's not going to be able to hang in there. And Yikes goes down to 4 health. Man, Chrono really did him in. I think now's the point. Yeah, and that's what he's doing. He's selling what he can. Just trying to get those levels up. That level 1 Night Owl just not doing it. Got the 4 beast bonus, but gives up the riders completely. Except for Cavalier. If you don't know, Cavalier is ridiculously strong. And she's still up, doing a ton of damage. He's got her packed with equipment, which is why, and you can see on the DPS chart, she's just crushing it. Yikes though, still hanging in there. He gets Fake Chognar to level 3, which is definitely good. He needs that health, and he's got a ton of it. The question is, can you win every single match from here on out with the Druids against 6 riders, 3 dragons, 3 elves, and it looks like they dumped Punisher. He has a ton of sustain. We got 3, 4 in the back. 5 still basically at full health. And they are able to take Yikes out. So Yikes and Jordy are the first team out. Dark hanging on just barely. And meanwhile up top we've got 2 full, well, not full, I mean they're low on health, but Nate and May are pretty low. Richard and Chrono looking pretty strong. If they win at what they have, they will have the amount of points that Yikes and Jordy had from the entire tournament last week. So see, this is what a week can do. Competition. Dude, that Wukong is just doesn't look like he's doing a lot of damage, but he's just hitting everybody. And another dart goes down. We're down to 2 teams. Uh, 1.5 teams. So Nate goes down, May is up, has potential. She's got 5 hunters. So she's putting out a ton of damage. Just bumped one up to level 3. She's got a little bit of mana. I don't agree with her spending it now, simply because it's a PvE round and you're giving up mana. I mean, I will admit that I do that, and then I'm mad at myself every time. But in tournaments, you really have to pay attention. So now, you've got 14 health. The other 2 have really strong comps. That's just a ridiculous amount of... Oh, yeah, just glad we got to see that. Leveled up to 3. So May, what's your game plan? I wish you were here. A lot of low level stuff leveled up, or low mana heroes leveled up. She's taking on Richard. Everything's kind of in a pile, but she doesn't have any AoE damage. It's all single target, so she's really not able to take advantage of that. And it looks bad, but they're all so low that she could potentially... Nah, that Cavalier's just gonna hang in there. But she does not take fatal damage, so she still has a chance. Going for the hunters. You got 24 mana. You won't participate beyond this. I mean, you're either going to win or you're going to lose. Why hang on to the mana? I'd burn through that so fast and get misfortune, it would be crazy. Which I have done before. And she's taken on Richard. She does have the 600 buff, which is incredibly strong. Attack damage increased by 60%. Unfortunately, not even close to enough. But it was well fought. Well, match number 1, pretty substantial victory. Let me go ahead and get this set up so that we can see everyone's scores. I really want to see maybe this is a good idea. I have a game plan to fix the issues I'm experiencing with Discord. Let's see if it works. But that being said, give me just a few moments. And see what we can come up with. 'Cause I really would like to get Devil back in here. Yeah. I'm gonna put it on hold for just a few minutes. We'll be right back, guys. Let's say we'll be back in 3. With Devil back, I believe we have Devil back. Well, I can, but I just want to make sure that they can. Can you hear me? But they can't. Yeah, let me play with it and see what I can come up with. Someone can. Hmm. That is very strange. Well, I believe that my dream of fixing this situation with Devil is not gonna work. Well, how about this? If you have questions about what's going on, I will be your eyes, and Devil will be your coach in chat. So let's give that a shot. So if you have questions, try Devil in chat. He's here. And randomly, you should definitely check out his tier list, because that is where it's at. Gonna get everybody back in real quick. For those of you that don't know what we're doing, that is what we're doing. We're getting the teams back in a match. There will be a total of 4 matches. The teams that do not win, well, let's just say we have one other team. So if the team with the lowest points at the end of this will be out, and the new team will come in to make it 5. Alright. Should be starting up here in a second. And again, sorry for the delay, everyone. We are going to get this thing going. I mean, I really was interested in Devil's thoughts on Warlock. And I made a point earlier to say that I believe Misfortune is the greatest thing ever. But what other Warlocks do you think are in that upper tier? Because I really need something to kind of be her sidekick. And I am confident you have ideas for me. Doom. I had to say that the way that you typed it. It was important. Doom. Yeah, that's true. Even the goblin guy? I think he's more annoying than he is worthwhile. Oh yeah, look, kill switch, same thing. He knows what I'm thinking. Oh, yeah, there we go. We're already in round 2. Let's go ahead and transition in. Alright, so Jordy Yikes at the top. They haven't been there all night. So the question is, can they hang on to it? We've got a level 2 furry in round 2. Richard and Chrono. They got a little cyborg action. I don't want to be that guy. I don't want to just judge people and tell them that they're making a bad decision simply by ever getting any of the cyborgs, because that's not true. But it's not a great idea. That's all I'm saying. Two goblin ult. Yeah, but it's still just for goblins. Yeah, true. Wukong. He's so good early game. If you manage to get him to level 3, he's pretty good too. Yikes, Jordy undefeated. At least to round 4. A little hunter action going on. That's strong early. 2 riders, 2 beasts. 3, 3, and 2. Furry. The 2 furry shield is alright early on. But if you can get to 4 quick, the rank 2 buff is incredibly strong. At least before 15 or so. I mean, it still makes a difference later on, but it's kind of it doesn't scale as well as some of the others. I see you say that, now everybody's grabbing goblins. And a whole lot of stuff going on Nate's screen. I was just about to say something about the elf bonus early. There you go. Elf bonus early is really good. Richard is not to. I guess he just doesn't have any sustain at all. The damage didn't look like it was coming out that fast, but it didn't have anything slowing it down. So Richard goes down. He does get the kill, or not the kill, but he does take down Keek. Nate making moves. I see May with 13 mana and could easily get that 5th character. I feel like that's just bad management of resources, because this match against someone who has, oh look, they both have 4. I guess I'm wrong. But with 5, you dominate that. With 4, it's just too close, and it's just kind of unnecessary. You don't know who you're gonna fight, so you can't prepare. She does get the win, but I just don't know if it's worth the risk every time. Of course, I say that. Yikes is doing the same thing. On the other hand, Yikes has not lost. Yikes and Jordy at full health. Human Undead Rider. He's going in. There's a pretty good bit of health on the other team. The only thing that had any chance of saving him is the fact that he had damage coming from the very back corner, but it just wasn't enough to help him carry it. So, Yikes goes down. On Dark, we've got, that's a lot of buffs. Rider, Elf, Sorcerer, Demon Goblin, Punisher. 4 riders. Dark is not gonna go down easily this time. And he's gonna take down Yikes. And yeah, Yikes takes another unfortunate loss. He has the ability to level up. He's just not doing it. That's a 4 rider. And Jordy is ready to throw down. 4 rider, 3 hunter. He's got the undead bonus. I mean, I think everyone's gonna have a hard time with Jordy, possibly from here on out. Yeah, he's just too strong right now. See if anybody's got potential to take him down. I'm gonna say Dark. He has practically every bonus available in the game right now at level 10. I'm just not sure what he's building. There will be multiple games after this one. We will, the team with the lowest score at the end of this will drop and will be replaced. We have another team to fill that spot. And from here on, after this match, any team that has competed in 2 matches, if they are at the very bottom, they'll get bumped. But you would have had to have signed up before now. We're not just taking anybody. But I do stream pretty much every night, and I'm always looking for people to hang out with, playing this game. So check it out. All right. Anyway. So let's stop for a second. Nate, you have 550 items. You're not using any of them. Come on, man. Chrono, you're the lowest on the totem pole. You got good buffs. Just got to get some of those troops leveled up. He's doing well against Nate. I feel like he's gonna win this one. Yeah, he's got it. Chrono turning it around. Maybe he just got to that hump that he needed to get over. He looks pretty solid right now. Going into round 12. We should really start to see the comps coming together. Really, between kind of 12, 15, if you're not there, you should probably make big moves to get there. You see a couple of these guys with 51 mana. Richard had like 45 or 46 just a second ago. Jordy with 50. Jordy still the guy in front. Got 6 riders. 3 hunters are doing a ton of damage. He has the sustain. He's got the quick mana regen with the humans. I mean, he's got a solid setup, and he is still just dominating. Has not yet lost a match. So 9 wins. Chrono still hanging in there with 37 health. Richard now, the low man on the totem pole. He does not really, I'm not going to say he doesn't have anything, because he's got good buffs, but he really needs to level anything up. Just anything. He's getting level 1 stuff from his partner. I mean, give this guy some 2 stars. Help him out. Like I said, he's got a great team build. Everything's level 1. And Richard goes down to 17 health. Hang in here with Richard. Let's see what he does. He's got 35 mana. He gets the werewolf up. I mean, at this point, you've got to dump somebody and get some damage out there. He doesn't have any. Oh yeah, Warrior, I talked to you. I think I added you too. But if you don't get in, it's no big deal. We're going to keep doing this once a week. So there's always next week. And hopefully next week I'll have figured out what the deal is with my Discord. And we can have Devil in here. So he does have the max warrior buff, which is, I don't believe, something I've seen before. 100 armor. It's really good. I don't really know what to say about this. I mean, there are better things. But he's rolling with what he's got. Feel like with that 14 mana, after he kills these wolves, he's gonna have to just throw down. You gotta get somebody that does damage. Just somebody. And again, I will continue to say this, the PvE troops need to be a little more dangerous. I mean, make them harder and make them guaranteed to drop something. I'm not sure I even want that, but I just feel like they should be harder. What are your thoughts? Yeah. Killshot knows. He's my tag team partner late at night. He and I and Coop Kid trying to make it to the top of the leaderboards. He just says that because I complain about it all the time. Alright. Nate's got a solid setup. Chrono is maintaining pretty well, but it does look as though Nate is gonna take him down in this one. Just a ton of sustain versus a ton of sustain. Eventually they have to go down. Jordy still hanging in there. Guess he's just doing that just to get extra hunters on the board. Meanwhile, yikes. Struggling. He's got a couple level 2s, but not enough. I feel like May should have him beat in this one. Because he does have the 6 rider bonus, which is a bunch of sustain. But it's not going to be enough against somebody that can do that much damage. Yeah. You know, I say that, and I accept that I was wrong. Curious to see, and I did miss Chrono going down. Good news for Richard is he is giving 2 level 2 riders, so that is hugely beneficial to him. If I were Richard, I would grab 1 more rider and maybe get rid of one of the 6 warriors. I mean, that would offer much more sustain. The 4 rider bonus. Oh, he's got Dark Mage. I didn't even notice that. Love that guy. Alright, last be the last chance for Richard. If he makes it past this, he gets an easy PvE round. He spent it all. So he's not really trying to hang on to mana. If you look up top, Jordy, he's got 9 units and he's got 48 mana. It's gonna be tough for anybody. He's definitely done well on his rolls. Huh. Richard loses, but doesn't take very much damage. So that definitely worked out in his favor. One crappy thing about not having a spectator mode is you can only view one guy's stuff. Six riders, 3 dragons. A really good comp. I do. Well, there you go. See, I didn't know that. I have never played Turbo. Everybody says, or everyone has told me that that is how the game should be on mobile, but I really like the way that the classic is set up. And I really like the co-op more than anything. Alright. And it looks like Richards coming hard for Nate. Don't know though. Yeah, I was just kidding. Jordy with 68 mana. Just camping out up top, building up his eco, so in the event he does actually have to do something, he's got enough gold to really react and respond however he needs to. I don't know that anyone's going to be able to stop Jordy at this point. And there you go. You know, it honestly looks as though Jordy is still doing damage. It's an interesting. It was showing me Nate's damage on someone else's screen. Ah, well, whatever. So what do you think, Yikes? May, she's getting to level 3. Can she fight through the level or the 6 rider buff? This is what I wanted to see. Nate with his dragons and the 6 rider bonus against Jordy and his variation of riders. I feel like Nate should have done better than that. Not that he did it. I mean, I expected him to be more competition, I guess. But he still lives, and that's what's important. Nate and May both still alive. If they can survive long enough for Dark to go down, that will give them the 2nd place and quite a few more points. Yikes, taking some heat. He could still win. Oh man. Oh, it's so close. Oh, yikes. What? Oh my God. Nate, you earned it. Just hang in there, buddy. All you gotta do is take Yikes out and then be the first person to actually do anything to Jordy. Get this PvE round out of the way. Alright, you're Nate. You got 13 health. You burned all your mana. Do you have what it takes to succeed? And you know it's gonna make him face Jordy. You just know it. And he fights Yikes instead. There's still a chance. He goes in strong. He's getting some damage out there. The riders are just sustaining against it really well. Lord of War gets his stun down, and it makes such a big difference. It does less damage. Than it did, but it's still, again, that's one of those like Frost Lotus. It's really just all about the utility. And Jordy, Yikes. Take the win. What I don't like, again, it's because there is no spectator mode. You don't, as a tournament organizer anyway, you don't get to screenshot it. It's kind of something I need. It's like information I needed. So, real quick, Yikes, if you're out there, I'm just gonna need you to send me a screenshot of that recap, because I don't have the numbers burned into my head because it happens so fast. Oh, well, I get some stuff for logging in. Alright, we're gonna do a little transition real quick like. And if you don't mind, give me just a couple of minutes. I will be right back. Just gonna kind of get everything situated. Ninja and Killshot, if you guys want to just be prepared, you are going to replace whichever team we determine was the lowest, had the lowest score at the end of that. Everyone else, just hang in there. Give us about 5 minutes, and we will move quickly into match number 3. See you here in a sec. Yeah, this is more entertaining than I thought. Just getting all the points tallied up. Which, let's be honest, they're gonna have a spectator mode soon, and it's gonna be amazing. But not having it is incredibly challenging. I've invented team names. Everyone gave me team names, but I've just come up with new ones just for entertainment purposes. Oh, the game's updating. Well, let's update the game. There, it didn't update. You guys are toying with my emotions. Alright. And again, I apologize that this has taken a little longer than was necessary, but it kicks me out of the it kicks me out of the matches. That's a little tough to oh, there we go. That's what's up. There you go. Alright, so looking at the scores, it looks like Dark and Keek are not going to make it into match number 3. So we're going to go ahead and get match number 3 going. Definitely hit the wrong button on that. We'll go ahead and get everyone else in. Alright, and they will start up here in just a second. So current scores for everyone. Yikes. Yikes' team is at, man, 218. May's team is at 50, and Rich's team is at 148. So Yikes and Jordy are definitely dominating. We are bringing in the next group of teams, which is just one team to replace the lowest, and that will be Ninja and Killshot. We'll see if they are able to bring the heat, because if you saw it last week, I jumped in the last match. We had one Rain wasn't able to finish or play in the final match, so I believe it was Killshot and I. Yeah, I think it was Killshot and I went in and we just went ahead and won. It was pretty great. I don't think that's how it's supposed to go when you run a tournament. Alright. Now it's a party. So match number 1. Or round number 1 and match number 3. We're rolling again. And you guys hear me talking about Killshot? That's my buddy. Slow early on. No real synergy yet. See Yikes already at 2 riders. Just grab the first ones. It's just reasonable. For Katosh, I'm not really sure how to say your name. I see it all the time. I don't try to do that when I play, but it seems to me that that's the most common thing that happens. Is one of the partners ends up doing really, really well and sits at the very top. The other just gets stomped. And sometimes I think it's me. Like, maybe it's my fault that that's happening because I'm always the one that's winning. Like, maybe I'm just a crappy partner. But that is something that I see regularly. Not just me. From a lot of people in co-op. Two riders and a demon. Got riders everywhere. Let's see what May is up to. Already got 3 riders, 3 hunters, and 2 undead. It's definitely a pretty nice start. May is looking strong. And as we've seen, I mean, one good win can pretty much put your team on the top. Again, you get your health pool plus 50 points if you take first place, or if your team takes first place. So if you manage to not take any damage, that's 250 points. Now the likelihood of that happening is super low. Man, May with the 4 riders, 3 hunter, 2 undead. unless I'm crazy, May's the person to beat right now. Oh man. I mean, I'm still sure that she's gonna win. But that was definitely a lot closer than I thought it would have been. Jordy does go down, but he defends on his screen. Or he successfully attacks. No, it's defense, yeah. He defends on his screen, so does not take damage. Well, Howdy, what is the best way, in your opinion, or at least in your experience, what's the best way to take advantage of the additional health pool? Like, what have you experienced? Because I'm definitely curious to kind of hear what everybody thinks. Trying to figure out what he's doing. Jordy defending against Ninja. She does have at least the 2-rider bonus. 3, maybe, yeah, I think she's got the 4. She's gonna make it happen. But Jordy will go down here. Shouldn't take too much damage. And he takes 3. Kill shot. He's got mana. He's got some decent troops, but I'm just not seeing a composition yet. Yikes, definitely. It's gonna have a little bit more synergy, but I don't think that's gonna make it work for him. And Killshot does get the win that round. Richard, oh, very close. And May still undefeated, rocking the 4-rider 300 setup. Pretty much everyone, all 4 teams are sitting in the same general area on health. May still undefeated. This may be her first loss. Jordy's definitely got the units. Yeah, there's no way. There's no way she's gonna be able to. You know, I say that. Yeah. As soon as I said that, it seemed to change. see. Engine kill shot struggling a little bit. They've got a little bit of synergy going. And Ninja definitely rocking some pretty strong eco. Chrono up against Jordy. Jordy's been doing well the last couple of rounds, so let's see if he's able to bring this one in, and it looks like he is. He's not taking near enough damage. I think the only thing I like about the Hog Rider is that suicide, that kamikaze thing at the end. Yeah, that's true. I mean, once you get past pawn, really until you get into knight, you don't really see clear synergy between troops and or teammates. I mean, sometimes I just go in by myself and get a random partner, and everyone in high knight, I mean, they all know what's going on. You don't even have to communicate. Though I would definitely recommend communicating while playing this game with a partner. It does make all the difference in the world. And May still holding really strong. Chrono is the lowest on the board. He's got 40 mana and spending, so maybe we'll see his comp finally come together. I'm really surprised that no one's going for Punishers. And they didn't last match either. I mean, I pretty much explained to you how to win in the very last match last week. Rider Punisher. Just sprinkle in some Warlocks. I don't know that anyone can beat you. Chrono's coming hard against Yikes. And I say that, you know, I was trying to build him up. He looked confident. As a side note, the top four teams, Tencent is giving each of them the Greedy Dragon avatar and some gold vouchers just for participation in the tournament. I'm looking forward to giving that away. I mentioned this earlier, I was really excited that Tencent is actively involved in the community in this game. I've worked with quite a few people from Tencent, and one of the community leads is someone I had worked with in the past in AOV, and he's a great guy. So I see a lot of potential for this community and this game, knowing that he's helping with that. And May, it was looking tight at the end, but she does hang in there. Ninja with a similar build to May. You get 4 riders, 3 hunters, undead buff. I mean, it's definitely a strong setup. 4 riders again, the 2 undead bonus, and good old Scourge. 5 riders. Oh, and that's a good unit to share. Lightbringer. Though not a Warlock, she is fantastic. I'll give you human riders. it just doesn't happen. I don't lose enough. Well, let me take that back. I lose enough. I don't lose enough when I get there with Rider Punisher. Just to say that anything can clearly beat it. But Human Rider is really good. Nate up here with the druids. Got the elf druid bonus. You got 4 riders, 4 undead, or 2 undead, 2 beasts. Nate's got a lot of positive going in his army. But Richard really just carving his way through his team. This is going to be close, I think. If the Cavalier stays alive, there's a chance. But it's not going to be much of a chance. That's some Cavalier on Cavalier hate. Swapping everything around. You know, they're so weak. I don't even move my guys anymore. I think it's the Fire Wolves anyway. Just but that is a fair point. Someone said it earlier. I've been playing a lot of co-op, and with the additional 2 units, I mean, you just have a bunch more firepower. They should definitely buff them, if not in all modes, at least in co-op. Alright, so we've got May at 8 units, still with 55 mana. Not a lot in the way of levels, but she got Misfortune. And a 2 Warlock bonus. It's pretty good, but it's not going to be good enough. Kill shot. Just digs his way through. May is going to be finally goes down. And she went down in 1 match earlier. She held up pretty strong, and I would say that the Misfortune definitely helped with that. A Ninja with a win too. So the 2 on bot are really hanging in there. 5 riders, 4 humans. This is the rider human thing you were talking about. That is going to be tough, but he's only got 16 health, so I mean he pretty much has to play flawlessly from here on out. This is going to be a tough one. He should be able to make it through, but he's not holding up well. He did lose in the other, but he's able to maintain a strong showing from Killshot. Oh, and he spent a lot of mana. There we go. Definitely some money going into his people. He needed it. All these Cavalier bounces make it hard to see what's going on. Ugh. Killshot does take a loss on the other screen, but he gets the win. He's hanging in there. Ninja, however, does not. So at the bottom, the new guys in have 30 health between the two of them. They're going to have to play flawlessly at this point. And I see level up, level up. And Jordy, with his strong team, is not the guy you want to match up against when you're low on health. Killshot hanging in there, but he just does not have the health to make it through. I say that. And Lightbringer, nice. So the theme of this match anyway is definitely Rider Hunter. Oh, Richard. Rocking the Dragons again. That seems to be his go-to. And it's definitely working. Human Rider. We got a couple people going Human Rider. Doesn't look like we're at the point that we're gonna see Sword Dancer. Maybe soon. I'm uniquely interested in these guys at the bottom. They've had low health for a while, and they're just not going down. I see Yikes leveling up some people. That's not what any of his opponents wanted to see. Richard coming in pretty strong. He's not taking a lot of damage. Lightbringer though. Lightbringer, Frost Lotus, I mean that's a ton of AoE, and Ninja's gonna get the win. What seemed to be questionable at first ended up being a pretty resounding victory. Killshot barely just ekes by on that one. Alright, let's see what Yikes has got going on. He's got the Rider Human, also Hunters, Jordy's going all Rider Human, so that's what he was talking about. A random point, misfortune, that's all I'm saying. Level 2 misfortune is gonna be what makes it for Jordy. And I say that Ninja just bringing it hard. You know, that's one thing about this game that really just kills me. You never at any point can just give up on anybody. Is she gonna... Oh, that's brutal. That's heartbreaking. It looks like she won on her screen, so we got Rider Human. This is what everybody wanted to see. I don't think anybody has Sword Dancer. I mean, I don't disagree that it's strong, but why are people not getting her? Kill shot, bringing the pain on one of the members of the top team. Ninja goes down to 1 health. Kill shot, wrecking it. Gets the win on Richard. All 8 players still alive. Round 24. This is very out of the ordinary. Usually by now you've at least whittled it down a bit. Jordy rockin' Void. That's something we haven't talked about much, but Void is really strong. Works well. Definitely works well when you've got 6 humans, 4 riders. When you also have the Warlock buff. I mean, that's just strong. Nate does go down. Kill shot. Oh my god. I don't even know who won that. Did anybody win? Yeah, that is true. You eliminate riders and we're all just scratching our heads and confused. Ninja 1 health. She's got undead, sorcerer, almost max human, 6 riders. No mana. Kill shot gets to 10 first. He's got the 6 human, 6 rider bonus. The bottom team, everybody. I'm just saying. Looking pretty strong with 17 health remaining. Yikes and Jordy, I believe, have the most. Yeah. Yikes and Jordy have the most combined health of any team. In second place. I don't understand how they determine that in a lot of these. I mean, now that I really want to... I'm just really interested in the bottom team for some reason. Oh, and Jordy's not the one you wanted to fight. That's not ideal. Lord of War going off. You can see the Void. You can see the Void just absolutely crushing it. And that was the difference maker there. Is that enough to take him out? No. He does, however, take Yikes out. Jordy and Yikes move up to the first place spot. Killshot takes out Yikes. Jordy takes down Killshot, but does not take him out. Round 27. only 2 people down. And if for anyone curious, if you're watching and you're trying to figure out how we get to this point with these higher level players or higher tier players all hanging in here like this, you may want to check out Devil Heroes tier list. It's in chat, just posted. It'll give you some pretty clear ideas on different strategies that will kind of get you to that next level. If you have any questions, there's a bunch of very willing people in Discord, so you can hop in the PBL or the Premier Gaming Discord, and pretty much anyone in there will be happy to kind of give you some direction. Ninja does go down, finally. That is the longest surviving 1 health maybe in history. And it looks like Killshot goes down as well. Everybody getting knocked out same time. Jordy hanging in there strong with 6 humans, 4 riders, and 50 other really strong bonuses. We've got 3 left. Jordy, I believe, is in the best position to win. Whoa, okay. May has a lot going on and a lot of potential because of the different bonuses. She does have the 6 rider bonus. And there's just so much going on right now. It's not looking good for May. All low health, but not able to get the kills. That was a ton of damage. 24 damage on May. She does go down. So it's Jordy and Chrono. Chrono has 5 health left. The question is going to be, can he pull the upset? It's going to be incredibly strong, or incredibly hard with Jordy's build. Yeah. He had a pretty commanding lead prior to all the void stuff dropping. And that is the end of that. So we're going to transition over real quick. We're going to probably just jump right into the next match. So it will not be long at all. Probably 2 minutes. That's however long it takes me to get everyone in the lobby. And transition over to that real quick. Yes. Yeah, this is the last one. Yikes. Alrighty. I will say though, that was definitely the best match I've seen, at least from a competitive standpoint, since we started running these. Alright, last chance to dance, everybody. We are going in. And go ahead and transition right over. And this is match number 4, final match. Yikes and Jordy are in a pretty substantial lead. But that does not mean that they cannot be beaten. As it stands, the only chance that they won't win, and I will say this, is Richard and Chrono. Richard and Chrono need to bring the pain. Not saying that that Yikes doesn't play enough to win, because he's definitely on all the time. But I'm pretty excited that we've had some strong competition. It's a substantial change from last week. And, you know, it is a new game, but I am glad that it's not just totally one-sided. Nice to see somebody showing some love to the Voids early. They don't get a lot of love. So I'm definitely certain they appreciate it. But they are insanely strong to build late game. Richard and Chrono undefeated. Yikes and Jordy undefeated. See that Druid buff. Curious to see if they go. Druid, Yikes, is rocking the 4-rider bonus. Very early. And that's just hard to deal with. This early in the game, you don't want to deal with it. You shouldn't have to. I almost feel like the only way to solve that is to make it 2 tiers. Make it like 3 and 5, or 4 and 6, or 3 and 6. And just make it more challenging to get. So we've got 2 beasts, 2 druid, 2 furry, 2 goblin. Damage armor level. I mean, I like the thought process, but well, they do move up though. Chrono undefeated, so that definitely plays into his favor. Man, Jordy, what's going on here? Demon, 3 sorcerer, 3 rider, 2 dragon. Come on, man. It's too strong. He goes with the 4 rider bonus instead of the dragon bonus. Which, I mean, I get. I mean, he's gonna put the dragon in at level 6, or yeah, at level 6. So he's gonna get it. It's good to see a demon. Everybody's kind of been dodging the demons. I'm shocked that this many people are carrying the warrior bonus. That is, I'll be honest, that is something I've never, ever tried to build up. Maybe that's something I need in my early to mid game that I'm not properly utilizing. We got Richard taking on Ninja. Looks like he's gonna get it. And he does. You got 3 riders, 2 humans. And she looks like she lost on 2 screens. So definitely gonna need to see something happening from Ninja in the near future before she keeps tumbling down. It's hard though early when you got your mindset, or it looks like you can build a certain direction, and then you don't get the troops you were getting, the things that you were building into. Can definitely be frustrating at times. On the other side of the coin, Jordy is apparently getting everything he wants. And obviously Yikes is definitely helping him as well. It's one of the big reasons you need voice comms, is you can kind of shift through a different range of character builds. As long as you know what your opponent, or your teammate rather, has and what he can provide to you, you can kind of continue to build forward. Just another aspect of the co-op thing that you don't realize until you get into it. But again, it's possible. You just have to really pay attention. On MOBAs, you hear people talk about map awareness. You have to be aware of what people are building, especially your teammate. Even if you didn't look at anyone else's builds, look at your teammate. Know exactly what they have and compliment them. Jordy's just punishing people. 7-win streak. His teammate gets shut down. Richard. I guess I don't understand what Richard is trying to build into. Warriors down the line are not tanky enough for the sustain, I mean, comparatively. But I guess when your teammate's giving you those, you get the sustain with the totem if it comes out quickly enough. And Evergreen is just a great tank. So, you know, it's constantly a learning thing, especially with a meta that is ever changing. Really, it's constantly changing because they're updating the game regularly, once a week or so, and making tweaks. I used to be adamant about getting Frost Lotus. Now I find myself kind of avoiding her, even though she is still useful. Lord of War, even with the nerf, he's still strong. Yikes, just wrecking it. What do we got going on down on bottom? 5 rider, 2 human, 2 undead. Jordy lost a chrono. What's happening up here? Just druids all day. Richard with a ton of bonuses. So what's everybody think? Do we see Jordy just carrying just because he started out with a crap ton of solid units? And what are you guys seeing? Or is there someone that you want to see? Let me know in chat. Tell me what you need, and I will be happy to oblige. I am kind of sucked into Richard. I really want to see what he's gonna do. Just a lot of level 1 stuff. I'd really like to see a direction. Nate's got Misfortune, but she's not as well protected as she could have been. But even then, I don't think it would have mattered too much, because he just took way more than he was prepared to take. He also needs to level up. Richard and Chrono, all of a sudden, on the bottom. I'm still just not. I mean, I get it. You like Evergreen, but what are you gonna do with him? Ninja the lowest on the totem pole currently. 5 rider, 4 human, 2 undead. I feel like the problem becomes being able to put damage out. But it definitely didn't stop her from taking out May. So there's that. She's hanging in there, got 41 mana. Kill shot at 64 with 43. Gets the win as well. Oh, assassin. Interesting. See how this goes. Alright, if you were in chat or watching the stream, if you wouldn't mind tell me who you think's gonna win. I had a moment, I was trying to see if there was a if I had Streamlabs set up to do some kind of just some sort of betting thing, but I do not. So that's definitely on me. For Katosh, I believe Yikes is gonna bring it home. They are definitely the team to beat right now. They do have the most points overall. See, there you go. And he's definitely looking strong. Jordy does as well. Man, this warrior thing. $100 armor. I guess it's just incredibly easy to build warriors because everyone on the mat, or everyone in the match, is always going to be building riders. At least for the moment. That is something I had not considered, and it does make a lot of sense. Jordy putting the damage out, but he's still... Yeah, he's gonna be able to do it. Looking tight there for a second. Well, yeah, but if you can get the, if you can take out all the people that are getting there, because you've already got 6 warriors early in the match. I mean, you can take those people out before they get there. But yeah, once you actually get to the 4 rider bonus and have level 2s, warriors not gonna do it. All right, Richard. You're losing a lot. But he comes back hard. Nice. See, I'm giving him a hard time, and he's crushing it. His teammate, not quite as lucky. And yikes, just took some damage. Ninja and Killshot with over 100 mana between the two of them. They are in second place. And they've got a good bit of health. Potentially gonna have the ability to make some moves. Ninja at 36 health. She's got 4 rider, 4 human, 2 undead. If she wins this one, and it's still debatable, she will only, whoa. Chrono goes down hard. Ninja does get the win, so she gets 2 XP. You should be able to, just go ahead and level up to, yeah. I figured. Seems like she should have got 2 XP there. She only got 1. Yeah, I can't blame her. I wouldn't spend the money either. But she is gonna need it. Fortunately, it's a PvE round, so she can just camp through this, and that'll put her at 52. Jordy with 4 elves. Man. 3 dragons, 1 demon, 3 4 riders, 3 elves, 3 sorcerers, 3 humans. Jordy, why are you doing this to people? Random question, is the game sound, can you hear it well enough? Yeah, I was kind of shocked with that particular build. I don't know that I've ever noticed it before, but it seems pretty substantial. Yeah, let me know if the okay. Thanks, man. I feel like I should have checked that before now, but I appreciate you letting me know. Richard, 14 health. Your partner's down, but you're getting 2 3 stars from him. Your opponent's in 3rd place. Ninja Killshot You've got so much money to spend. You're losing health. You're killing me. You're killing me. Killshot gets a level 2 Dragoon. He's not going to be able to take Geordie out, I don't think. Just based on what we've seen so far. Jeez, that damage. It's just so substantial. It happens instantly. Ninja, are you hanging in there? Not even close. Nearly dies. Now you're between the two of you. You have 100 mana, or you have more. You got 114. Don't lose with mana to spend. It's the worst thing in the world. Nate is really upset with himself right now, going down with 46 mana. Level 2 Misfortune, level 2 Nether Prince. What's he building here? Oh, and of course, facing Geordie. Yeah, I don't know that anybody can take him out. That is just ridiculous. Ninja hanging in there, yikes, just bringing a world of hurt. May, oh man, see, I've been so focused on everybody else, I've missed May completely, and she's doing exactly what I think she should do. Just go for punishers. You do need one more rider, but I understand why she isn't going to do that, because she's got that elf bonus, but I feel like I'd probably take the 4th rider. Up against Geordie. And I mean, just absolutely melting people. If you were curious what would beat Demon Punisher, because I was, now I know. Of course, I mean, you know, the level 3 Void guys, I mean, I mean, that makes a pretty big difference. Alright, May, you have 50 mana. You are going to die after this if you don't spend that mana. You're fighting a guy with a bunch of level 2s and 3s. You have to level your stuff up. Don't do it right now. After this round. You could make a huge change. You could swing it completely in your direction. How are you gonna get there? That's the question. Alright, 61 mana. This is, if you don't make it happen now, you're done. Spend that, spend it. Spend it all. There you go, level 2. Take what you can get. Just burn it up. Level 2. Again, at this point, you just got to mitigate the ridiculous amount of damage that Geordie is about to do. Oh, and of course you're fighting him. I mean, I am 100% going for this build at the end. Yeah, I'm absolutely going to build that in my next match. Alright. unfortunately, I saw that they ended with 37 and 87, respectively. So I believe that's gonna put them so far ahead. I'm gonna hop in real quick and just get the last little bit so I can get a count on everyone's exact position. So let's see where that puts everybody. Everybody pretty much hung in there until the end. Dark's team got eliminated first. Well, we reached out and everybody else had gone to bed, so we grabbed the final team. Man. Yikes with a ton. His team has a ton of points. Alright. Yeah, so as we know, Yikes and Jordy won. Let's see where. See who number 2 was. Number 2 is going to be Rich. Rich's team. Yikes and Jordy ended with Jesus. Yikes and Jordy ended with 484. 484 on points. Dark's team ended up with 20, the team that was eliminated. May's team ended with 85, and our number 2 team was Rich and Chrono with 173. So Yikes and Jordy once again are the victors. They are gonna win the $20. Oh, Jordy, the way it was, it's the same as last week with a slight change. The points, the total health at the end of the match for the rank 1 team are the points. And rank 1 for winning gets 50 points, rank 2 gets 25, and rank 3 gets 10. So it's additional points just for winning and not being last. So it stacks, and you guys finished first a couple of times, so your health factored in. You ended up with 484 points. Alright. So that was pretty interesting. That third match, though, that was the one I'm going to have to go back and watch. That was the most interesting of any that I've seen so far. And I'm really curious to kind of dig into this warrior comp It's just something that I had never considered. I really hate that the issue with Discord occurred and Devil was not able to cast with me, because number one, it's always more fun and easier to cast with a partner to kind of bounce ideas off of and discuss. And you know, it's easy when you have two people, you miss less things. But he has, and I've said this a couple of times, he has done a substantial amount of work to build up key points about the current meta. He put together a really, really solid tier list that kind of defines everything you need to know. You really, really should check out his tier list, because it has, I mean, I have my own ideas and thoughts on where the game's at, but he definitely gave me an added perspective that helped me consider some additional options. So check it out. I'm probably going to take about a 20-minute break, and then I'm going to hop back on and just play. So if you're interested in playing, I would love to play with you. We will be playing co-ops. So basically just come back in 30 minutes and we'll do some viewer games. Looking forward to it. The top 4 teams from this, so basically the teams from the last 2 matches, Tencent is providing some prizes in addition to the $20 that Yikes and Jordy won. They are going to give each of the teams the Greedy Dragon avatar, the in-game avatar, and gold vouchers. And they seem very interested in continuing to promote and encourage community events. So I look forward to continuing to work with them and building that up. I don't know. I think it'll take a couple of days, May. I just saw that you had said something. I believe just in the way that they're describing it to me, it's going to take a day or two for us to get those. But I will send them all your information, and I'm going to send them the video. But just keep up with me, and everybody else, stay tuned. We're going to keep doing this once a week. So for Devil, everybody have a good night. But if you are interested in continuing to play, or at least watch me fail, more than likely, hop back in about 30 minutes. Have a good night, everybody, and we will see you next time.